I truly believe it's a matter of time before an ICE agent's ambushed and killed.
All right, let's jump over to California for just a second, because there's another story. You know, we've covered a couple of these things where illegals get into California and then they get driver's licenses, which they should not have. They should not be in the country in the first place. They should not have health insurance or anything else, but they get driver's licenses and then, well, horrible things happen. Listen to this from Fox, and we're going to show you the video as I'm reading the information. It's pretty wild. An illegal immigrant truck driver accused in the deadly DUI crash was released under the Biden administration in 2022 after crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. Police say Jashanpret Singh was speeding and under the influence, never hitting his brakes when he crashed into slow-moving traffic on the freeway. 3 people are now dead. He has been arrested on suspicion of gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated. ICE has placed an immigration detainer following his arrest. I mean, the images right there, you're seeing them yourselves. They're quite horrific. This guy should not have been in the country. The Biden administration let this people in. We know about the revolving door. Then Gavin Newsom goes ahead and gives them commercial driver's licenses. It's just scandal on top of scandal on top of scandal on top of scandal. And the idea that Cali's giving not only just driver's licenses, which in and of itself would be patently absurd, but commercial driver's licenses. And then this guy is drunk and or high and does not brake as he slams into these cars and 3 people die. And it's not the only instance of it. And somehow the Democrats and the mainstream media want you to think that ICE is the bad guys. But ICE are not the bad guys. Here's Tom Homan.
Tom, there's also now, they've launched something called an anti-ICE tracker. Have you seen that too? That's a new thing, apparently. We'll put it up on the screen. But this is apparently another tool they're going to use to try to thwart ICE. An anti-ICE tracker that's going to be, I guess, an app that you can download, and you can use that in order to get involved in these radical resistance movements. At some point, doesn't the DOJ have to step in? I mean, isn't this one big RICO action in some way, shape, or form? Seems like it to me.
Laura, they're all over this. They're all over this. Now they're looking at, impediment charges, looking at who's funding this stuff, right? Because I'm telling you, it's a matter of time. And I hate saying this, but I'm going to say it because I truly believe it's a matter of time before an ICE agent's ambushed and killed. Because we're letting people know where enforcement activities are occurring. And they're looking for the worst of the worst. The last thing we want to do is give a bad guy, the worst of the worst, a heads up that ICE is down the street. This is going to get an officer killed. I go to bed every night, and I pray for every man and woman of ICE and Border Patrol to go home safe to their families. I buried too many ICE agents in my career and Border Patrol agents. This has to stop. So Pam Bonnie's all over us. I know DOJ's all over this. We'll hold people accountable. This cannot happen. It's disgusting. I can't believe what's going on in this nation today. I wake up every morning in disbelief that people want to call the law enforcement officers the bad guys and the criminal public safety threats the victims. It's ridiculous. It's all upside down. But we're going to keep doing this job and keep President Trump's promise to American people to make this country safe again.
I would say that's a perfect illustration of why I always say he will play himself in the movie about himself. But of course, that's right. They've got half of America apparently thinking that the guys who are trying to clean up the streets, get the illegals out, make sure that, drunk, intoxicated illegals who are on a rotating cavalcade, carousel of coming in and out of the country and then killing people here, actually have to leave the country. And you can see he deeply, deeply cares about the men and women who are in ICE, who are in federal law enforcement, who are just decent people trying to do their job. So look, we have a serious administration. We have a serious federal administration for the first time, and they're doing everything they can to clean up the place to the backdrop of blue cities, which are just continually going the wrong way, and in many cases created the problem by having sanctuary cities and everything else.